Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We got a Dewar's double-aged 18, baby, and a tin can.
It's a blended Scotch whiskey.
Woo! We're going to test it!
Blended Scotch whiskey style.
Love the way you talk, brother. All right, we're in. I'm Bart.
Go watch. I'm Scott. I'm Scott. Go watch.
How's this open?
Must have a chunk of food on my nose.
Oh my God! Don't. Hold on. Where is it? There it
Go
is.
watch Compass Box, the experimental grain whiskey,
Yes.
because we had a discussion on blended Scotch whiskey versus blended malt whiskey.
It's
There
true.
is a difference.
Yeah, one's a vatted.
We understand that.
One's a vatted. Somebody out there's going, yeah, and everybody else like, what? What?
Now, I said blended Scotch whiskey. I'm assuming this is blended Scotch whiskey and not blended malt whiskey. I don't want to offend anybody.
Yes, offend, baby. You should offend. Look at that. I can't get it off.
Let me see what. I can see the perforation right over here.
I know. I always miss the perforation. I don't go for the preferred perforation. But look at this. How do you get this open?
Let's see.
in case of an
Highland
emergency?
single malt whiskeys, Aberfeldy, Macduff,
Ooh,
Royal
like
Brockla,
Yes.
Speyside single malt Scotch whiskeys, Craigellachie, and Altmore.
Love it.
Okay, yep, blended Scotch whiskey. 18 years old, double aged for extra smoothness.
Double aged.
Let's find out. We've been at this for over 8 years now.
Over 8.
We've never reviewed Dewar's 18.
Right.
It does have a little bit more upgraded bottle. I mean, the design, it's got a little bit of
Lip and edge.
beveled lip, a nice
beveled-
round, heavy topper.
You know what I like in my bottles? A beveled lip. Give me a beveled lip, please. I've got the tangerine manga shirt on with the lighting. It should be quite contrasting. Quite. Gotta make
40
sure. Sorry.
percent ABV. Got to keep him on track, people.
Yeah, sorry.
Keep him on track.
Well, yeah, I was filling.
No need to fill.
Filling.
No need to fill.
Ooh, now that's the blend I like. You get that sweet, sugary kind of reach that comes up out of there. Ah, nice. With just a touch of maybe that heather.
I got just a hint of a sherry. Just a hint.
Nice.
A lot of honeys.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of spice. A little bit of cinnamon. A little bit of nutmeg. Honey. Oak.
And this is what I like. So, again, I get a little flavor of both honey and like a raw sugar sweetness. Along with, there's touches of malt in there, almost like a warm, well, I want to say like a fermenting is going on. Man, what am I getting in the end there? What was that? It was like a little touch of, oh, that's vanilla. Vanilla stick coming through there. Almost like that strong vanilla you get from Mexican vanilla. That raw Mexican vanilla.
Caramels. Some of the grain whiskey is showing. It would be interesting to look at this next to the 12. I kind of expected. And 40% is a little light on the palate compared to what we're used to.
It is. Gold and prize 500 medals. I don't know what that is. Nothing to add from that. Let me add a little touch of water, see if it brings anything out. I like that I'm getting some of those malted notes as well as the vanillas and the honeys and the spun sugars. You want a drop of water?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
I'm getting too much grain on this.
You're getting too much?
Yeah.
What does that mean for you?
It's not as smooth. It's really not as good as I had expected.
Really? What does that mean though? What did you expect?
I think maybe I was just expecting more single maltish character from it. I'm getting the caramels, caramels.
Glad you said it both ways.
Honeys, vanillas.
Happy.
And actually the caramel note I got, and
I got a lot of honey in the finish.
The caramel note reminds me of E150.
Okay. Which isn't supposed to taste.
Yeah, no.
People say it does. I don't know if I ever get it. I get touches of the malt. It's not strong, but I do get touches of malted barley. The honey, the vanilla. When I added the water, I don't get that opening of that, again, raw sugar as much. But I'm pretty confident that if you gave me this in a six little sample bottles and you told me half are blended and half are just pure single malt, I'd be able to pick this out as one of the blendeds because I'm picking out that sugary, vanilla, honey sweetness. Got my Scotch Trooper glass. I'm glad you said, oh yeah, I felt validated. You were like, oh yeah.
What?
That you could too pick this out as a blend.
Oh, yeah.
You were like, oh yeah.
Yeah. You say that, and then you get it blind.
I can do it. Someone's calling, do a blind, do that test, do it.
It's not bad. I think I must have had higher expectations for it.
Because it's 18?
Yeah, I think so. And I think I remember, of course, it's been a while since we did Dewar's 12. Mm-hmm. I remember it being smoother and better than this. But it'd be, as I say, it'd be interesting
to go back and look. Betterer.
Betterer? More better?
I usually got my blends over there. I don't know if I see it.
That is, if you still had it, that is old time, and that's probably within our first 2 years of doing shows.
Woohoo! Dewar's 12, baby. Let's get another glass. Look at that. Dusty. It's a Dusty.
All right, so Bart does have the Dewar's 12.
Yeah, I haven't come back to it.
It should be 40% as well, and a blended
Scott's
whiskey.
Just stunned. I knew right where it was. Because usually he'll tell me where my whiskey is. I'm like, I don't think oh no, we broke the cork.
That was a little exaggerated.
No, the way you ripped it off, like, man. God. There we go. I got you. Come on. Woohoo. Ooh. We're still going to have a few things in there. All right. Look at that. Woo. All right. We may have a little bit of sawdust inside. Look at that.
Little cork never hurt. And it's about the same color. That's oddly suspicious. The color would be the same between the two.
Suspicious color.
18.
So the one without. All right.
Let's look at the 12.
Corked it. Look at that. Bam.
Oddly similar on the nose.
Huh. No. I get a little bit more like that sherry flavor.
There's a little bit more depth on the 18 on the nose. A little bit more richness. A little bit more the darker side coming out.
Yeah, this has a little bit more what I call that clean, refreshing kind of sweetness. My stomach's still rumbling and the tumbling. Which one did you just try? Okay.
1, 2, 12. That is smoother. Lighter.
Yeah,
more palatable.
Yeah, much lighter. Way more. It's like I got a little vanilla stick candy in my mouth.
This is what I remember the Dewar's 12 being.
Yeah, cream. There's a cream soda flavor all over the finish. Which this is what I like in the blended range. I think this is why it's so approachable for new whiskey drinkers.
Still a little bit of the same similar note showing.
That.
I got a little bit of the grain there again, a little bit of that caramel flavor, same characteristics. Let's go back to the 18.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, I get more of the malted barley and a little touch of like a sour, is it a sour oak? Sour wood? The malted barley is much stronger here.
On which one?
On the 18. There's none. All I get is a sugar vanilla stick cream soda over here, which is kind of what you'd hope for.
There are shades of sherry casks showing on the 18, I believe. And it does feel a little bit older. Doesn't feel 6 years older. Not too much of a dense. There's a lot of the same characteristics here. They're definitely brothers or sisters.
We got to keep them together. They don't want to be separated.
Back to the 12.
Now that we found the old 12, and he was dried up cork, dusty. He wants his 18-year-old cousin to hang out with him. This is my story.
There's not as big of a difference here as I expected. I mean, I remembered the 12. It's coming back just like I remember it. I expected more out of the 18 that I'm not getting.
No, see, the 18 comes off where I do get the malted barley and some of the wood characteristics. Whereas this 12-year, again, vanillas, sweet sugars, cream sodas. So,
yeah, the 18
I think it's a good graduation for somebody.
18 comes off. There's a sour wood. Mm-hmm. There's a sourness, sour maltiness.
Yeah, it's almost like the hint of character is starting to creep in at 18.
Or it hasn't crept out yet.
Maybe. So, I think that's a great 80, really. Someone did comment on what the heck does our scale mean, and I went and responded to it. Right, I responded to it. They said, well, it's a bad, whatever. No, it's not. 80 is where everything starts, kind of meaning it's meeting the expectation that we thought it would. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go much higher, but we're going to be reversed. I'm going to go 82 on this. I actually love that comparison. Helped me out a lot because this is what I think it would be. This changed up a little bit, bringing in those malted flavors that I like from single malts. Maybe it's that time in the cask.
$70 though. Not bad for an 18-year-old. And I don't know anymore on the 12. It's probably 40 to 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 45. We'll say 45.
Say 45 here.
45.
And 70.
Yeah, stick with this.
I would just stick with the 12, honestly.
If you want some of the complexity that comes in, just grab you a single malt for that price. But that's me.
Yeah.
That's us.
I would agree.
We got to see resolution, and I don't like when corks break. It's dramatic.
That's how long it had sat there.
Yeah, it had sat there for a while, dried out. I hadn't done the little twist. I should have done that, soaked it, but we didn't know we were going to grab it. Scott's surprised I knew where it was at. So if you like the show, go to Patreon. You can look up ScotchTestDummies.com. That's the merch site. You can just look up Scotch Test Dummies. You can go and donate $1. Who can't afford $1 a month? We'd like to get more people doing that if you like the show.
Mm-hmm. Go to ScotchTestDummies.com. You can pick up coins, glasses, shirts, hats, dropper sets, all kinds of stuff. Helps support the show as well. Keeps the lights on, keeps the whiskey coming.
Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.
Dummies.
I was early.
Had to sort out which one I wanted.